God showing his true colors of love. Sorry, that was wrong. God showing his true colors as creator from above, creating not just because he can, but creating out of love. God creates angels, some rebel because of pride. God creates Adam, and he rebels and seeks his face to hide. Yes, disobedience being the true sin, but what if it was dissatisfaction that came from within? Scars of Adam's sin right at heart's center, man looking to man and not to God for the answer. So a new God start, with a flood he decides, giving the earth a mighty flush with great rains and tides. Thankfully, a covenant, a fresh start is made, regret in God's heart as Noah in front of the altar prayed. Mighty Babel built, with great boasting and pride, man trying to reach godlike status without being on his side. So with scattered tongues they go into a far and foreign land, a place on a mighty river surrounded by much sand. Yes, God scatters, but he also saves. Eventually he doesn't want men ending up in their graves. Wow, what a scene, a sight for sore eyes. Many great wonders brought forth from the skies. Pharaoh's releasing God's people who become a thorn in his side, God waiting on the other end with arms open wide. So out of Egypt with haste far they will go. Thankfully along the way many great things God will show. On the horizon the glimpse of a promised land, with God at their backs giving them a helping hand. Commandments giving not to punish but to unify. Man rejects and rebels and still they wonder why. God brings forth judges and kings, but still they reject. Again man resists as God is trying to reconnect. All hope seems lost, and the nation too stiff-necked. You'd think up in heaven a God would be wrecked. But God amazes again, showing his true colors of love, a thing that can only come from high, only from above. God becoming desperate, using his last and final trick. He sends his only begotten Son, so heaven and earth can finally click. A man so perfect, no way he would have to die, but that he did for the saving of you and I. It seemed to have worked. Christ's words, it is done, and finally through his death, battles are won. At last, the holiest of holiest mankind will re-enter, with God's unfailing love being there right in the center. To seal this precious deal, a helper and a gift, a spirit of love to help us stay afloat and to help us stay adrift. A new tongue given, not to curse but to bless, fountains of living water, taking care of all life's stress. And as I speak, a wonderful place prepared, a place like no other, nothing with to be with compared. So yes, it is our reasonable service, it's the least we can do after all that our Abba went through for me and for you.